Today I'm going to ask ChatGPT to give me the best method to learn vocabularies in any language such as Chinese or English. If you're new here, my name is James and I am a certified language teacher in both China and Canada. In the last video, I talked about how to use ChatGPT to practice our English speaking skills. And I will leave a link at the corner somewhere here, just in case you're interested to check it out. Now, today's plan is we're going to use Chinese as an example. And after ChatGPT giving me the answer, I'm going to review it from a language teacher's perspective. And then I'm going to give you the best prompt for you to try with ChatGPT, along with the best method to study vocabularies. First of all, this is a prompt that I give ChatGPT. You can pause here and take a look. As I mentioned in my previous video, I always like to tell ChatGPT who I am and who I want ChatGPT to be. So ChatGPT can filter out the information that fits me the best. So right here, I told ChatGPT I am a beginner in Chinese learning and I found it difficult to memorize vocabularies. Then I want ChatGPT to guide me as a professional language teacher. After that, I gave ChatGPT a scenario. For example, I'm learning the basic phrases for traveling. And then I want ChatGPT to give me the answer based on this scenario. Now, let's see what ChatGPT will teach us. The first one, contextual learning. Focus on real-life situations. Start with phrases and words that are immediately useful for your travels, such as greetings, directions, and food-related vocabulary. Example, if you come across the word 火车站, which means train station in Chinese, learn it in the context of a sentence like 火车站在哪里? Which means, where is the train station? I think this is a great idea to start with, actually. A lot of people are making this mistake. They thought the vocabulary lists are more important than the context itself. No. It's actually not. Context is always more important than vocabulary list. You should never leave your context alone. Yeah, so it's a good thought. Number two, use mnemonics. What a fancy word, right? So that means create associations, link the new word to something familiar, or let's say that basically means you link something unfamiliar to something that you're familiar with. So in this way, the things you know will help you to remember or remind you the new information. So here GPT gave us an example. 火车站. You could visualize a train, which is 火车, stopping at a station, which is 站. Now, what you can do is to imagine a fiery train arriving at a station. So fiery means 火, train means 车 arriving at a station. But the problem is, train actually means 火车 itself. So the translate here is not 100% accurate, but I guess if you have a basic understanding of Chinese language, then you can figure out this mistake. And repeat this visualization several times. Now, first of all, this is a great idea to do it. As I mentioned earlier, the known ones will help you to memorize the unknown ones, right? But there are 9 different types of mnemonics. Since this is not the most important topic here that we're going to talk about, so I'm not going any deeper into this. But if you're interested, make sure to leave a comment down below and let me know so I'll make a video for you, okay? Well, long story short, using visualization is only one of the 9 types, right? But this is a great idea to do it. Number 3 is to do repetition and spaced repetition. So spaced repetition, according to Khan Academy, means a learning technique that involves reviewing materials at increasing intervals to improve long-term retention, which means we need to review it constantly in order to memorize those vocabularies, right? So GPT says here, daily practice, review new words daily using flashcards or apps like Anki, which use spaced repetition to ensure long-term retention. And here, GPT suggests us to write vocabularies on flashcards. In my opinion, using an app might be easier and more handy. So you can basically put on your cell phone whenever you want to review it, right? And number 4 is to engage multiple senses. Read, write, listen, speak. Engage different senses to reinforce memory. Write the word down, listen to its pronunciation, and use it in a sentence out loud. Now, to me, the most effective way is to use speaking to practice your language. And that gives you the highest return. Because think about it, compared to writing and speaking, what are the chances that you're going to write more than speak? It's very unlikely, right? People learn a language to communicate with others. Plus, if you can speak, it's very likely you can write. And here GPT gave us an example. Write 火车站 in your notebook, listen to its pronunciation on the language app, and say 火车站在哪里, which means where is the train station? multiple times. Now, you see there are 4 sentences here. If you want to give them a priority so that you know which one to focus on more than the other ones, in my opinion, listening is most important, and then speaking, and then reading, and then writing, okay? Number 5, chunking. Means group-related words. Learn words in related groups rather than in isolation. For travel, learn a set of transportation-related words together. For example, group 火车站 train station, 机场 airport, 出租车 taxi, and 地铁 which means subway. Because very likely you will see this kind of things in a single scene, right? Or let's say a single situation. And I guess that's why all textbooks arrange chapters like this, so that you can learn most of the vocabularies in a chunk all together. Number 6 is to practice in context. Role-playing. Simulate real-life scenarios where you would use the word, practice with the language partner or tutor. Now here's the example. Act out a scene where you're asking for directions to the train station in Chinese. When I was in school, I always imagined having a conversation with someone so that I can practice my speaking skills. And also sometimes I practice during my shower time. I can tell you one thing, this one is super helpful because you can't just have your language partner or tutor with you all the time, right? But by simulating a conversation, you can practice whenever you have time. And by far, this is the best method that I've ever tried if you want to memorize your vocabularies. But of course, you need to put the vocabularies, like everything, in context, okay? Otherwise, this is what's going to happen. When you read something, you will recognize, oh, I think I've learned this somewhere before. This word, I recognize this. I think it means blah, blah, blah. But when you actually try to speak to someone, this vocabulary is very unlikely will come across your mind. So when you actually speak to someone, you won't think of it. So yeah, use context. Now, I have one more tip for you, is that we can use ChatGPT to generate exercise to help you to practice the language. And this is a prompt that I use. Can you generate questions for me to practice and review the vocabularies? And you can see here, ChatGPT generated 3 parts of the questions. The first one is matching, then fill in the blanks. The last one is translate practice. After finishing these exercises, I guarantee you have a very solid foundation of the vocabularies that you just learned today. James, what do you think? Did ChatGPT give you a good answer? What do I think? Again, it gave me an excellent answer. This is exactly what I would teach my students. I mean, there's no way you can learn a language well with these tips. What? You still can't learn a language? I mean, maybe this language thing is not really for you. Just try something else. Now it's time to smash that like button because number 1, you help more people to learn about this. And number 2, you help me to grow this channel. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So, 非常感谢. Now please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me what language you're studying right now and ask me any questions, okay? I'll see you guys until next time.